Namaste everyone. So welcome, and today I'm going to discuss about Niyama 2, which is Santosha. Let's take a look at the yoga board. This is Santosha. Santosha in English now means, Santosha means contentment. You can say kind of like, inner joy, inner happiness in a simple way, or unsurpassed joy. So basically you can take it as contentment. So Niyama 2, it's mostly talk about appreciation, grounding, freedom, to be. Let's look at a little bit more to be and appreciate. In our life we often encounter changes in our life, like maybe our positions in the flow in and out. Maybe our job changes, our life changes, our friends come and go, our relationship changes, our body changes. Even the practice that we do like 5 years back and now it's not the same in the body. So these changes can create a certain impact in our mind. So once again, yoga is all about living in the moment and bringing yourself into the present. So Santosha is like the inner happiness, just to turn inward and to just be who you are. And what you are, it matters. Whatever the external material outside, the people, the world, don't let it change. But if you can adjust the changes, you can go along with the changes and try to move on. So the Santosha invites to see the happiness can be just to feel inwards, inward happiness. So the journey is again inwards, but not you're clinging on or you're attached to outside things. So just let's look at it more on it. Let me read it to you more how it can be sounds in a more clear way. Being grateful for what we have and content with who we are and who are we in life. So we only can understand completely about contentment experience when our heart, mind, field of consciousness, which means chitta, rest quietly in this awareness. So, and as I said, in life, many things changes now. And sometimes also, what satisfies a person, it does not satisfy other person. For example, some people like to go out and have a drink and dinner very often. They enjoy that and lots of shopping. And for my example, I also used to go out a lot, but now I became very reserved. I don't know why. Probably because of the COVID, it changes me a little bit, because I used to feel very happy, and still I'm fine, but I'm more like looking at myself inwards. And that's what COVID impacted me a lot in this change. Back to the topic. So some people like to go out and do that stuff now. Some people may not like it. Some people like me more quietly. They want quiet things. So these two people are different, right? And one can be heavier, one can be lesser. So in a more yogic way, it is not about we're not going to go out, we're not going to meet any people. We can just tune it down and see where this happiness is coming from, because external things sometimes creates happiness. But when there is no external things in your life one day, changes, as we talk about it, job changes, positions flow in and out, life partner changes, maybe something change in the body, something change in the mind. How do we cultivate that? So that's why Santosha invites you to see more inward happiness. So for me, I began to study a lot. Actually, if I had an example for you guys, I actually gave up my studies for pursue my dream in order to cultivate my passion and love towards arts, like being on the stage an artist. I create energy and joy. It's more of like a physical realm. For me, it's more relating to the body, and the energy is very external. And I see people feeling that energy as a performing, and I'm teaching classes constantly, full on, and I'm moving every day. But now, because of the COVID, the flow is not the same. So what happened, I began to, oh my God, it does impact me. It changed my body also. It used to be a lot of work before, but now it's like kind of like no motivation almost. But what I'm doing is study, self-study. We call it swadhyaya, tapas, which I'm going to discuss on Niyama 3 and 4. Those are later. So basically the Niyama is about do's. It's about the inner development. Before in Yama, it's like, is the external behavior. This is like internal behavior. Anyway, so what I did is now studying, doing podcasts, and I'm planning to do these videos in a YouTube channel. I have my few inspirations. I did a lot of research on study. Thankful for those people, really, to my mentor, and some of the people that I've seen in YouTube inspired me to do this work also, and this, especially these yoga boards and the philosophy, like it is all these cartoons. And I'm thankful for my team also, they did this work. So this is like, there is some contentment, I feel. I still miss the stage. I still miss the energy of having people teaching, in Hong Kong, Macau, sometimes performing in China, going there. It's so much energy, but it's not the same now. So that is my story, but I'm still cultivating. What happened to me is like, I turned inwards and studying a lot, doing podcasts, YouTube, and sharing the philosophy of yoga and mindfulness and doing the talks. I felt quite calm and very relaxed and joyful, not so exhausting like before. But once again, I still miss that. And so of course, we are all human beings, right? We all have these desires and attachments and all. But I kind of like tune it down a little bit. Well, that's my story. That's about as an artist. If you're an artist, you can feel me, because an artist can feel an artist. Anyways, let's just look at to one more example. If someone walks into your class, let's say you're a yoga teacher, or you're a dance teacher, or you're a teacher or something, somebody is too good, super good, but somebody is not. As a teacher, how do you make them create balance? Teach the contentment. See them, ask them to see inwards. It's about no comparison. Also can be helpful. As a teacher to you and the two students, also maybe they compare themselves, each other. Seniors, juniors, beginners, intermediate, multi-level, and don't even know what is yoga, don't even know what is the subject they're going to learn. So if you stop comparing yourself with others, also it creates happiness. Once again, Santosha, the contentment, invites you to be happy with who you are, what you have, and who are we in our life. It is not about perfection. It's not about, don't worry to be the best. Don't worry to be the best. Be who you are. That's what, it's one of the examples I can give now. So do your practice. If you're weak in your body in the asana practice, you work to make it strong. If you don't have a balance on the right, but you have a balance on the left, make it even. And that also creates the inner joy in your practice. So this is one of the things, maybe in a more practice way we can give an example. So never ever compare yourself with anybody. It's not going to make you happy. Trust me. Just do your best. Just do your best. Do your practice. Do your math. Go ahead. Let it flow. Let it go. And that's what it is. So one of the examples now. And also, sometimes we expect a lot in our life. Expect from friends, expect from a relationship, boyfriend, girlfriend, husband or wife, friends, best friend, acquaintance friends, boss, this, that. Anything with outside you going out, a certain event, you expect a lot of. So less expectations also can create contentment, the Santosha. It creates more sunny thoughts. You can see, I draw a little drawing, I'm not sure you can see or not. These are like, they create sunny thoughts because you're being positive. And also, the joy of just being who you are also can be helpful. And let's just look at Sutra once. Let me explain to you guys. Now repeat after me. This is chapter 2, 42 verse, 42nd verse. Santoshat anuttamaha sukha labhaha If you do it, well, okay, let's try one more time, okay? Santoshat anuttamaha sukha labhaha. If you do it in a more poetic way, more in a rhythmic, because sutra has the rhythm. So it's more like a rhyme. Santoshat anuttamaha sukha labhaha. So what did it mean? It means from contentment, the inner, the inwards, the inner happiness. From contentment, this Niyama 2, unsurpassed joy is attained. That's what the meaning of it. Unsurpassed joy. It's like better than anything. Like you can't even compare anything. It's like supreme joy. It's like, supreme happiness, like joyful. So it's more about turning inward, but not attaching from the outside world. Now you have to find what it is, what can make you happy. Let's say you do a math, you take a book, you do journal about it. Okay, let's say a first week, you can do like a 4 weeks. First week you can write it down, like when you're going out, you write it down. Today, what all things make you happy from the outside? And then you see how much energy you're investing. If the same energy, is it making you feel tired and exhausting because you want the happiness from outside? Or you avoid on this day, second week, you journal about it. What are those you think that you don't do this time? And instead remain calm. Try to cultivate what in heart and mind the chitta tells you. I'm sure you're missing them for sure, just as I miss my stage. Miss my energy, being like, a super good performer and choreographer, dance crew and all. I miss that energy. So write it down. What if it is not there? What makes you happy? Okay? On the third week, simple things. Do a nature walk, meditation, practice yoga, run, cook. Do what you like, simple things. Spend time alone, like see, can you handle without people or not? People, sometimes in our life, we don't need a lot of people. Even we have like 1 or 2, 3 friends, the best friends, a few people that you're happy with. Your energy is more calm and feels more nice. On the 4th week, do all the journal, look at it, and you see and cut it off. What is heavy for you, what is less heavy for you. And I'm sure people will question you, they will say you change and all this, but yoga is about this, especially the Niyama are about self-care. They invite you to just be and cultivate from inwards. If it is the yamas are external, niyamas are internal. They're not saying that you don't meet anybody, you don't do anything. No. Minimize and cultivate the inner happiness. We don't need a lot. We don't need a lot of people, only a few things now. So you can journal about it if you feel you're not clear about it, and try to minimize, can be helpful. And reading can be helpful also. Read positive books, okay? So because empty mind is devil's house sometimes, Mind is crazy, human body is lazy. We always have to cultivate and work now. And anyways, that's one of it. So that's what the sutra creates, that the ultimate joy, that supreme happiness. And also, gratitude is attitude. Be grateful for what you have. Your parents, you have your friends around, few people friends. You don't need a lot. You have few clothes, your job you have still, and don't complain about your life. And because in the world there are so many people, even they can't even put their 5 fingers in their mouth. It means, it's an Indian saying. It means like they cannot even eat on time. If you're eating on time, you have a beautiful bed to sleep, you have a few clothes to wear, you can walk still, you can talk still, you can see things, you're already very good. There are people that they don't even have those eyes or limbs, don't even have a proper food, or, look at the outside world. So not just like, okay, it makes me happy, I look at only that. No, sometimes we need to understand our surroundings in order to cultivate and understand what we have. That's what the Santosha invites to be, just to be who you are and why we are here and what we're doing, and appreciate. And also people, don't run after things. I read a book from Deborah Adol from the Yama Nemas. It's a cool book. I suggest you read it if you can. Don't run after things. Don't run after things. It's going to make you exhausted. I was doing so much effort towards my dream. Sometimes I felt very exhausted. I almost like burn out. Like, whoa. And I take a break. And I start again. Somehow I achieved what I wanted to do in my life as an artist, as a performer, as a choreographer, as a dance teacher. Now I'm doing my math as a yoga teacher, and I'm doing my self-study and sharing this philosophy now. But it gives me more knowledge and more joy. And this is truth. And also as an artist also, I felt very joyful. But now it's not there. It is a different chapter. So COVID, once again, it impacts a lot on everyone. So you have to find what it makes you to do. Do what you love. And that's what I say. So that gratitude is attitude. And what you have, you appreciate it. Don't run after things. Because if you don't get those things, whatever the things in your life, positions, job, you want a high position, or you want this person, or you want that other person, or you want to, just don't look for external things. When you don't get them, it creates unhappiness. You feel like, you know what I mean? So you don't really have to run after things. It's going to make you exhausted. Yeah, walk and take a step one by one to get things done, but not running after things. Just like this guy, you see the cartoon? External happiness. When he can't, he's keep running because there are so many to get you like distracted from, take you away from the inner, the Purusha, the Chitta. You don't want that. You want to just turn inwards to cultivate your inner happiness. You have to find out that. And it might take time. Meditate. Okay. Anyway, so once again, that's like the joy of just being, not running after things. And I really like this line. We never really live. We just get ready. So cool, right? We never really live, people. I mean that, learn to live. Live in the moment. Learn to live your life at best. Learn to live with what you have, who you are, that matters. What you're doing, that matters for you. But if it's helpful for the people, do more. Karma yoga. It's like doing, like a charity or sharing love, passion, anything. So learn to how to live. But generally in Asia, like, we don't really, our families are some kind of like, they plan the format for us. From the birth to education, job, marriage, kids, and then saving money, It happens like, even I born in India, often even my parents still ask me like, hey, you need to have this, that. And I said, no, let me go find my dream. Let me cultivate who am I. And I found myself as an artist, and I did it. Thanks to my mother. I love you, Mom. I love you so much. I'm here because of you. And my dad too. He always he wanted to see me as a pilot, like an officer, like a special officer or something like that. He always dreamed about that. I tried, but I couldn't make it. Sorry, Dad. I love you, Mom. Both, I love you guys. I love my family. They really supported me. So they let me live, and I learned to live now. I learned to cultivate what is passion and love. Now I'm cultivating the yogic wisdom and philosophy and turning inwards to take care of myself and do my study and as a teacher, practicing and sharing, doing my dharma as a teacher. Anyways, so that's what my example from my side. If you learn to live your life, not just get ready for one by one and step. So that's also mixing like a format. You follow the format. So don't be a sheep, be a shepherd. Or maybe just don't be one of the sheep in ornament. This is one of the examples now. It's very cool. I think this is said by the Chinese proverb. Once again, I repeat, we never really live. We just get ready. So you're getting ready for one after one. What happens after the end of the life? Oh my God, I haven't done something in my life. Sorry, bro, it's too late. So don't regret. Think about it. It's so cool. It's more in a more practical way. I'm not saying just don't give up everything and then do it. So you have to find that balance, and creating the balance. Pratipaksha bhavana, equipoise, seeing the both sides of the coins, not just one side. Okay, if you just like draw a 6, 9 and 6, not the same for the other person up. So you have to see that, find a balance. So learn to live. That's what this quote says. Let me read it to you, some of the beautiful paragraph written by Nikolai Bachman, the Yoga Sutras. Okay? If we cultivate gratitude, as I said, gratitude is attitude. If we cultivate gratitude even when we are content, we strengthen that attitude in our heart and mind, like amending its soil, and make that gratitude easier to access when needed. So cool, right? It's like a soil, you're amending it. And it's easier to access when you train that gratitude. So gratefulness does for our heart, mind, what food does for our bodies. So the gratefulness, what does for our body and heart and mind, the food does for our body. It nourishes, it's like kind of gives you nourish, nourish, when you eat a fruit, you feel nourished. It's like a protein, something like that, or a vitamin, to a heart and mind to create a sense of fulfillment, of slowing down, stepping back, and appreciating the little things in life create inner happiness. So, people, let this paragraph gets in your mind deeply. Santosha invites you to turn inwards. It is an inward journey, cultivating the inner happiness. And also, let me read one more to you. Gratefulness is feeling great and full of joy with who we are and what we have. There will be always people with more or fewer positions than us. Either somebody rich or somebody down, somebody poor, or somebody has more, somebody has less. Keeping with genuineness is an exercise in discontent, knowing that everyone shares the same divine inner light of awareness can shift our attention away from external material assets and toward the cultivation of our own inner happiness. So feeling satisfied, and fulfilled in life creates deep inner happiness. And also, you have to you have to set a reasonable expectation and fully accept whatever happens. This is so cool. You have to set an expectations and let it come as it is. Do not try to control things. Also, don't run after things. When you don't get the same result, also, it can make you whoa. Also, in the same posture practice, do bit by bit, you will get there. You stop and you expect your four-event to be done in a second day when you come to the class, or you come to the class, okay, this is a new teacher, new class, teach me, and the result won't be fast. You have expectation on the teacher, and the teacher also maybe expectation on you to be there and do your practice, but you're not there doing. So it's both sides, right? Pratipaksha bhavana, creating that balance, both sides of energy. Family, friends, work life, practice, personal habits, cultivating wisdom. You have to be more open-minded. So people, it's a big job to do. So the best is to reduce the external material outside, turning more inwards. Less expectation, non-attachment, vairagya, nirodha, slowing down, just to slowing down. So the attachments, we often pull us away. So when you feel, let me share with you guys. When you feel so overwhelmingly negative, why not just sit down and take a deep breath? Overwhelmingly, you're overwhelmed, you're vulnerable. Just sit down, pay attention to your breath, and close your eyes for a moment. See what happens. Once again, yoga is about being in the moment. Live in the present moment. Practice Shanti Mantra. Body, speech, mind, or body, mind, speech. I'll recite you one step. You fold your hands, close your chest, and just close your eyes and take a deep breath. You do one Om, Shanti for 3 times, and then Om. You keep repeating that. Creates a peace. This is a peace mantra. It goes like this. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Okay, so, well, it's also helped me a lot also. Yesterday I didn't practice. And also doing the heart opening practices like back bends creates less trauma from the past experiences, keeps you more in the present moment. Doing the forward bends helps you to improve the clarity in the brain, and also it creates peace. It creates, because the brain, when it descends, brain calms down. And also doing the simple breathing can be helpful. Musti Mudra, also very good. Dhyana Mudra, meditation, also very helpful. Eating well, also helpful. So before you cultivate the external happiness, I want you to just turn inwards. See what makes you happy. Simple things. Nature walk, fresh air, sunshine, few friends to go out. Being happy with what you have is the best. Don't compare yourself with anybody. It's not useful. And you see how how this can, sometimes this life can make you feel so tired and sick. Why not just sit down and just take a step back and just to see the life as so beautiful that's in front of you? Why we need so much from outside? Also the practice in yoga, practicing meditation, spending a quality time for yourself, slowing down, stepping back, appreciation, grounding, creating freedom. Gratitude is attitude. Once again, I'll repeat again. Gratitude is attitude. And that's what, from the contentment, you can create that supreme joy and ultimate happiness. So turn inwards and be happy with what you have. Okay? So that's Niyama 2. Santosha means contentment. I wish you can find your happiness and peace. I bow to you from my bottom of my heart and respect you. Thank you for listening. Namaste. Smile. Bye-bye.